आनन्दलीलामय विग्रहाय हेमावदिव्यै छविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are reading from the chapter 17th of from the book Teachings of Lord Caitanya. I will continue reading from this paragraph. Those who are under the impression that there is material contamination in the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and in his devotional service are called Mayavadis. So some people, they see flaws, or uh, they think that whatever Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did, his activities, everything is not perfect, and it is not how Supreme God is, or it is not the activity of Supreme God. Such people are Mayavadis because they cannot understand the activities of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, they concoct, they interpret, and based on their own ideas, they make judgments. They do not refer to the verdict of the revealed scriptures or bona fide scriptures. So, therefore, they are called Mayavadis. According to their imperfect speculation, the impersonal Brahman is the only existence in the cosmic manifestation. So, according to these Mayavadis, they have, of course, everybody in this material world, we all have imperfect senses. Our senses are not perfect as long as we have material contamination. Our senses will be limited and they will be defective. So, according to the imperfect speculation of these Mayavadis, the impersonal Brahman, that means the Brahma Jyoti, the white light, is the only existence in the cosmic manifestation. So they think that that is the all in all, and there is nothing beyond it. It is the impersonal Brahman. Yesterday, I came across across a video. Of course, it is nothing mention worthy, but reading this, it reminds me that this person, she started giving her own concocted speculative ideas about. Somebody asked her why it is said that Krishna is blue in color, and then she starts giving her own thought process that actually, if you see, Krishna is not blue in color, but if you see the sky or if you see the ocean, they are unlimited, and when you see, look at it, it's you see that it is blue. So similarly, the higher power is unlimited, and therefore we consider it is blue in color. This shows that she has not read any of the bona fide scriptures, or even if she has gone through, she has not associated with the pure devotees of the Lord. Therefore, she has not been able to understand the truth, the absolute truth. Therefore, she is not able to perceive the words, the instructions that the scriptures are giving us. Krishna himself is giving details about himself. If I have to give details about myself, where I was born, what is the date of birth, which location I was born, what was my childhood like, what was my youth like, if I have to speak for myself, obviously that is the perfect knowledge, rather than somebody who was my neighbor, or even worse, somebody who doesn't even know me commenting on my life and my activities. So therefore, Krishna is the best person who can give all the details about himself. But people, They don't believe in the words of Krishna. They don't believe in the instructions of Krishna. They want to concoct everything that has been spoken by Krishna. They want to concoct everything that has been spoken by the great sages, the great rishis, the great munis, the great acharyas, and they just want to speak what they think is right. That is imperfect speculation. That is imperfect speculation. So, according to their imperfect speculation, the impersonal Brahman is the only existence in the cosmic manifestation. As soon as the Supreme Personality of Godhead is introduced, they consider that his personality arises from Maya, or the external material energy. Such persons consider all the incarnations of the Supreme Lord to be contaminated by this material nature. What is this trying to tell us? That these Mayavadis, they think that Krishna is also just like all of us, some ordinary person, some byproduct of the material nature. In fact, Maya is the external material energy of the Supreme Lord Krishna. But these Mayavadis, because of their poor fund of knowledge, low intelligence, therefore they think just because Krishna descends himself and performs, takes a human form, human looking form, therefore these Mayavadis think that he is a human. They do not understand that he is the supreme human. There is no one beyond him. There is no one above him. There is no one equal to him also. Therefore, he is God. He has done such extraordinary activities because he is God. But these impersonalists, the Mayavadis, they say that no, no, this is all mythology or mithya. So that is only due to their poor fund of knowledge or low intelligence. It is just like in a well, there are two frogs sitting in a well and speaking to each other. One of the frogs says, "Arey, do you think there is anything outside of this well?" The other frog says, "Arey, you are a fool. There is nothing outside this well. This well is all in all. You live here, you die here. Jeena yahan, marna yahan. Iske siva jana kahan." This first frog said, "No, somehow I feel there must be something beyond this well, and I want to go out of this well and I want to see what is there." The first frog said, "You are mad. You are just unnecessarily wasting time. Don't waste your time in thinking all of these things. I'm telling you, no, I'm confident. I'm telling you confidently, there is nothing outside of this well." So now this frog, who believes that there must be something, he says that okay, if there is nothing, no problem. But what if there is something and we are missing out on it? So therefore, I want to try and see if there is something outside this well. And then he puts his entire effort jumping high and trying to see if there is anything outside the well. So he tries to jump like this. And people passing by this well sees that there is a frog jumping up and down, up and down. So they feel pity on the frog. And therefore, one of the persons, they help this frog to come out of the well. And this frog comes out of the well and sees, oh, it is so beautiful. It is a beautiful garden. There are so many nice flowers. There are so many nice trees. There is a nice pond. But while this frog was in the well, there was nothing. In fact, there was no water also. Now, this other frog, who was determined and stubborn that no, there is nothing beyond this well, this frog just sits there. And because there is no water, because there is nothing, so after a few days, this frog dies because of starvation, because of thirst. This frog dies. So why I'm narrating this story is this is the situation of the Mayavadis. As as soon as the Supreme Personality of Godhead is introduced, that yes, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna's color is blue, Krishna has a flute, Krishna is not meditating on anyone. Krishna is playing with his Gopa friends. Krishna is having um conjugal pastimes with his friends, with his sakhis. And Krishna has a peacock feather. Krishna is wearing a beautiful crown and a beautiful pearl necklace, and he's wearing these beautiful kundals. But as soon as all this is said to the impersonalists, the Mayavadis, they say, "Arey, what a fool you are." They don't realize that they are the ones who are the foolish persons. So they consider that this personality of the supreme personality of Godhead is arising from Maya, just like all of us. Such persons consider all the incarnations of the Supreme Lord to be contaminated. They think that Krishna also takes birth and dies. Die, this word death is used only for those who are materially conditioned. There is no death in the spiritual world. And Supreme Lord is the Supreme Lord. So there is no question of such things. But these Mayavadis, they think that Krishna is also contaminated by this material nature. According to them, the material body and the activities of matter are all that give a living being an individual identity. So, anybody, if somebody has a human form or if somebody has any form, that is the work of Maya, and that is the understanding of impersonal Brahman. This is the understanding of the Mayavadis. They think that if anything has a form, that means it is a product of or byproduct of Maya. It is arising from Maya. This is their understanding. So, therefore, according to them, the material body and the activities of matter are all that give a living being an individual identity. According to them, liberation means the end of an individual identity for the pure living being. According to them, liberation means the end of an individual identity. Individual identity means we are all individual identities. Firstly, we are not the body, we are the spirit soul. Now, the spirit soul that is there inside this body, within this body, and the spirit soul that is there inside the body of, say, Nandini Priya Mataji, or the spirit soul, the individual identity that is there inside the body of Rachana Mataji, will not be the same that is there inside the body of Puheli Mataji or Lokamohan Krishna Prabhu. These are individual identities. We have this body. Even when I give up this body, my individual identity will remain as it is, and I will carry forward all my conditionings, all my impressions of this lifetime, and whatever I'm carrying forward from my past lifetimes, I'm going to take it ahead in whichever other body I enter. It is not the end of the individual identity. But according to the Mayavadis, liberation means mukti. Mukti means that individual identity khatam ho gaya. तो क्या होगा? We will all merge into God. We don't have to do any work. कुछ भी नहीं करना है. वहां सफेद, there is a white light. You just sit there. It's end. We all merge together. Kuheli Mataji, Lokamon Krishna Prabhu, Rachna Mataji, Nandini Priya Mataji, everybody, all the devotees that we are sitting here, we will all become just one. No individual identity. Are then why are we in different bodies? If at one point we all have to become one, then why should Krishna unnecessarily do all these things? Because we are individual identities. But the Mayavadis, they don't understand this. In other words, the Mayavadis maintain that when a living entity is liberated, he becomes one with the Supreme or the impersonal Brahman. Impersonal Brahman, according to the Mayavadis, is the supreme absolute truth, which is not. It is just one of the forms or one of the uh, manifestations, but it is not the ultimate. According to such Mayavad philosophy, the personality of Godhead, his abode, his devotional service, and his emotional devotees are all under the spell of Maya and are consequently subjected to the material condition. Just imagine. This is like those two frogs talking. The first frog confidently says, ki, "Oh, you are such a fool. You are wasting your time thinking about that there is a world outside of this." That is their condition. According to such Mayavad philosophy, what happens? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the form of Krishna, his abode, that is Golok Vrindavan, his devotional service, what all the devotees are engaged in, devotional service, cooking for Krishna, making garlands for Krishna, singing for Krishna, dancing for Krishna, driving for Krishna, working for Krishna, buying groceries for Krishna, all these devotional services, and his emotional devotees, all of us. This is talking about all of us. We are all emotional for Krishna. Mayavadis think that we are all under the spell of Maya. कि ये माया में फंस गए हैं. They are all in moha maya. They are thinking God has a form and they are doing all these things. They don't understand that everybody has to merge in that white light. This is what the Mayavad philosophy believes in. And therefore they are consequently subjected to the material condition. This is what the Mayavadis think about Krishna, his abode, his devotional service, and his emotional devotees. This is who is saying this? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying this. He is saying this in, and he's trying to show us that what kind of understanding these Mayavadis have, despite being clearly written in all the scriptures, in all the revealed scriptures, it is clearly mentioned. Sarva Karana Karanam. Everything is mentioned that Krishna enjoys transcendental mellows with his devotees. Krishna has a form, Krishna has an abode, everything is mentioned. But somehow this information does not get absorbed into the brain of the Mayavadis. So sad. And are consequently, so those who forget the transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord, his abode, his devotional service, and his devotees, consider all these to be but manifestations of material activity. So they consider all these things to be material activities. One who thinks that there is a possibility of arguing about transcendence is called an agnostic. One who thinks that there is a possibility of arguing about transcendence. Transcendence means going beyond the dimensions that we know of, is called an agnostic. Means, what does this mean? Agnostic means those persons who try to debate, who try to argue on the fact that everything is around the given dimensions that we understand with our intelligence. In bracket, we should understand limited intelligence. So agnostic people think that there is a possibility of arguing. They think we don't take what the scriptures say. We have our intelligence. Why should we not debate about it? So they are agnostic persons. And one who thinks that there is a possibility of criticizing transcendence is called an atheist. So agnostic is in between. God है नहीं है, who cares? हो भी सकता है, God can be there, God may not be there, we don't care about it. Agnostic. But those who criticize the transcendence, they think there is a possibility of criticizing transcendence. कि अरे बेवकूफ, you think that you can go beyond this, there is nothing beyond it. They are called atheists. That means those who believe that there is no higher power, I am the supreme. They are called atheists. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to accept all kinds of agnostics, atheists, skeptics, and unfaithfuls and swallow them in the flood of love of God. This is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna would not even look at them. But Krishna came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to look at them. So on one hand, Krishna is very merciful, very dayalu. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more merciful. And therefore Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said he wanted to accept all kinds of agnostics. कि अरे God है, नहीं है, we don't care. No problem. You may not care, but Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cares about you. He wants those agnostics to go drown in the flood of love of Godhead. Then atheists, are those people who don't believe in God, who give bad words to God, who say ill things about God. Okay, no problem. Mahaprabhu wants them also to drown in the love of God. Mahaprabhu has come to give them also love of God. Skeptics. Skeptics means, yeah, you are saying this, but how to prove that there is something beyond? And see, because our satellites have not gone beyond this. Skeptics. No problem. Mahaprabhu wants to take them also in this mission. Mahaprabhu wants to give Krishna Prem. Are they don't know what is Krishna, but Mahaprabhu wants to give Krishna Prem to them also. And unfaithful, who are unfaithful to the Lord, that means who are demoniac in nature. We are all. In Kali Yuga, everybody has demons inside. So we are all in that only. We are all unfaithful. Therefore, we are here. Mahaprabhu wants to drown all of us in love of Godhead. So we should leave behind our unfaithfulness and we should become fully faithful to Mahaprabhu. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the renounced order of life to attract all these forces. Because in those times, people, although even if they were demoniac, they would give respect to those who are in the renounced order of life or those who are sannyasis. But if somebody is in the Grihastha ashram, if somebody is wearing white, then they were taken as theek hai. And this person is grihastha, he is also grihastha, I am also grihastha, because material eyes. But as soon as somebody takes sannyas, oh, this person has renounced everything, this person must be having so much determination, then we should hear him. Because people were not ready to give up anything, any material things. So that was the situation. And therefore, for all these people, agnostics, atheists, skeptics, unfaithfuls, did Mahaprabhu take sannyas for his followers? No. Whether Mahaprabhu is in the Grihastha ashram, whether Mahaprabhu is in the sannyas ashram, the followers, they love Mahaprabhu. They were crying profusely when Mahaprabhu shaved his head. Beautiful locks Mahaprabhu had. They were crying. With their tears, they were flooding the land of Navadvip. And when they saw Mahaprabhu in the white, in the saffron clothes, in the sannyasi vesh, they couldn't bear this. They were falling unconscious. Mahaprabhu took this most extreme, difficult step, leaving all the Navadvip Vasis. Because sannyas, so he has to renounce his most dear ones. He has to renounce them. And therefore, Mahaprabhu took this step. For whom? For the agnostics, the atheists, the skeptics, the unfaithful. So let us all be very faithful to Mahaprabhu. We'll pause here for today, and Krishna willing, we'll continue reading again tomorrow. Thank you very, very much, dear devotees, for your very kind association. Vansha kalpatarubhyashcha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्री श्रीमद शिला जय पताका स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय. जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरि हरि बोल.
हरि
हरि
बोल
हरि बोल.
हरि
श्री श्यामा करुणामय माता जी की
की
जय.
Shri
जय
Guru and Shri Gauranga.